Good afternoon from Glen Nevis. You can maybe see the path up Ben Nevis just there in the background. I left Fort William about an hour ago. I got the bus into Fort William this morning, arriving about lunchtime. It's the very end of August and I'm heading up Glen Nevis, as I say, and the plan is to do coast to coast, so from the west, from Fort William in the west coast of Scotland to Montrose on the east coast of Scotland, and the plan is to do that over the next week. So we'll see how I get on. This is day one. Today's just a kind of half day because of the travel, and going to be visiting lots of places I've been before, so I'm really looking forward to going back to places that I've enjoyed being in before, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been here a couple of times recently. If you have seen my last couple of videos, then I've been in Glen Nevis a few times already this summer, and just walked past the Glen Nevis campsite a few minutes ago. You can maybe make it out just in there. So yeah, it's the view down to Fort William, Ben Nevis itself in the cloud. The path up Ben Nevis is just up there though. So I don't know if the camera will pick out, there's a buzzard. Can you see that there? I think it's a buzzard anyway. Just right above me. I heard it earlier. So I'll tell you the route that I'm doing this week. So I've started at Fort William. I am going up Glen Nevis. I've told you that already. And I'm going to walk under the grey corries tomorrow, down the south end of Loch Treig, and then bend round to Curragh railway station, and I'm hoping that the cafe will be open there, and then along the side of Loch Ossian through towards Ben Alder, and depending on the weather maybe I'll go up Ben Alder. I really like that group of mountains. And then from Ben Alder through to Dalwhinnie, and from Dalwhinnie up towards Milchuach I think it's called, one of the Montrose there, round the back of that, and then down into Glen Feshie, up near Blair, one of the Montrose there, maybe go up it, we'll see. There's lots of hills on this route that I can go up if the weather's good. I may or may not do that. So up Blair into the Cairngorms basically, and then from there there's various options, Ben Vrotan, the Devil's Point, all of that sort of thing. We'll see what happens, but then down towards Glen Derry, and down through the forest there. You've seen me in those forests before, I love them, so looking forward to going through those forests and down, a bit of road walking into Braemar, and from Braemar up Jocks Road towards Loch Nagar, and from Loch Nagar a bit of a winding route over the hills, eventually taking me down towards Brechin and Montrose. So that's the rough plan for the route. I've not got it exactly fixed, I can vary it as I go depending on the weather. So we'll see how we get on. I've been walking for about just under 3 hours, and there's the Steel Falls, which I visited about a month, 5 weeks ago, to do the Ring of Steel. Over in there is where I camped about a month ago with my kids. We'd come off that hill there, Binny and Moore, and some of the others. And I thought I might go back there tonight. It was a really good spot, but I think I'll push on a bit more and try and put in some kilometres that'll get me ahead for tomorrow. The weather's not great, so I'm as well walking in some ways. Started raining about an hour ago. So I'm pitched up in Glen Nevis, nearly at the top of Glen Nevis at the high point, and you might be able to hear it's raining, so I will show you the pitch either later if it dries up, or tomorrow more likely, because I'll probably go to bed quite soon. So I've got my dinner on, and yeah, it's 7:45, so I'm going to take an early night, so I'll probably get up early tomorrow and get going. Still raining, so I am off to sleep. Quite like the sound of the rain on the fly sheet though. See you tomorrow. Good morning. You can see my tent behind me. There we go. So that was the pitch last night. I didn't get out of the tent again. It ended up raining all night, but you can probably see just up there a bit of brightness in the sky this morning, so I'm hoping for a good day. And it's just before 6, so sunrise is about 6:15, and I am going to get going very soon. I'm almost finished breaking down the tent. It's the Durston X-Mid again, and yeah, I'm going to get going, although it looks like there's rain coming that way, which isn't great. Anyway, those hills there are clear. I'm headed that way to Carrure Station initially. It's about 16 kilometres, just under 16 kilometres to Carrure Station. So that's this morning's objective. Leave no trace as always, and we're off. Binny and Beg in the background, just there, where we camped a couple of months ago, and Squirrel de Moor over there. It's a beautiful morning. That's looking east. Somewhere over there is Loch Treek and Carrure and so on. That's the grey corries. A wee bit of cloud hitting them at the moment. Old house, nothing much left of it now. tempting to go that way. Sadly I need to cross the river and try and find a single track path. Walking along beside the river, you can see in the background the wee abandoned houses, and I think one of them's a bothy. I didn't go over to it. But it's lovely. There's a few spots of rain, but it's a very, very nice morning to be out, and the river's quite gentle at this point, so it's very pleasant walking along next to the single track that I was trying to find. Is vague, I think, but it will probably improve as I get further down. I'm heading towards, so down there, in there will be the end of the Larigolay if you come off from Stobban and the Grey Corries, and then if you go round that bit there it will be Loch Treig, so that's where I'm headed. That's the plan. Yeah, just this kind of vast open space, it's beautiful. That's the back of Sgurrel-de-Moor. Not sure how to pronounce this. Steinegg, something like that, the bothy. That's how it's spelled. Pretty decent. And upstairs as well. What's up here? Plenty space. Because there's also a room there, so yeah, plenty space. I'm gonna get going though because there's midges here, which I've not had so far in the trip, which has been very nice. So yeah, time to get going, try and get back on the track. Steinegg bothy there, which I've probably just showed you the inside of, and I am walking on this good single track, and around, maybe not this corner but a corner soon, I should see the head of Loch Treig. But yeah, there's a lot of woodland next to this river. Been walking through it for about an hour. Very nice. Looking down Loch Treig and the house there. Loch Treig from the south, and I'm on a good track going that way. I haven't looked at the map close enough. I think I've got to go over the hill. No, maybe not. We'll see. Should stay on a good track though. Caledonian sleeper. Not too far from Courier Station. I'm on a good track. I've been walking for about 4.5 hours, just under, and Done just over 15 kilometres, I think. Yeah, just over 15 kilometres, so not particularly fast, but I knew that that bit was going to be quite slow because the track wasn't going to be very good. So that's fine. I am almost at Carreur railway station, and Carreur railway station, you cannot reach it by road, so it's quite remote. It's got a restaurant or a cafe on it. I saw online that it's only half open today, I think, so I'm hoping it will be open and serving something. I think they've got something on. Hoping for a mid-morning coffee, that would be good. It's about 10:30. So yeah, you can see there's some blue sky. The rain's been on and off. Nothing heavy though. There's blue sky at the moment, so that's good. You can see Carreur Station House there behind me. I've just had a great stop there. Had stopped for a while, stopped for over an hour, and had a bacon roll, actually 2 coffees, and a cake. So, and got to charge things. So that was a really good place to stop. Highly recommend it. I've been here before, but I hadn't been into the station house before. Last time I was here was to do the Montrose, spin the lap, and I can't remember the name of the other one, maybe Carnagerag, something like that. It was a while ago. And I just remember, as everyone does, the midges were terrible, but happily they're pretty good at the moment, or they're fine at the moment. There's none. Don't know if that's because it's been so wet or windy, or maybe it's because it's the middle of the day. Well, it was the middle of the day last time. They were still bad anyway. I'm wittering. Yeah, good stop. It's now 12 o'clock. I've done just under half the distance for the day, so I've got a fair bit still to go. In fact, you can see, you'll be able to see exactly where I'm going. So I'm on this track at the moment, and then I need to go up in here. So that's Loch Ossian in the foreground. I've been on the right hand side of Loch Ossian before, so I'm going to go up the left hand side. I think both sides a good track, and then go up to the Cold Air, the pass just below Ben Alder. I've been thinking about going up Ben Alder. It's a brilliant hill, but the weather tonight and tomorrow looks poor, so my thought at the moment is probably not to go up it. To go up it and spend the night in the rain and the cloud seems a wee bit pointless. So I'll see how it is when I get there, or when I get closer, but I think I probably won't. So that's where I'm going, along the side of Loch Ossian, and then up beside Ben Alder, and then down towards Coolra Coolra bothy, the now closed bothy, but I won't get to Coolra today. That would probably be a bit far, but towards it anyway. So that's the plan. It's an improving day. The rain has all gone. That's looking back to the grey corries. So yeah, going well. That's Loch Ossian Youth Hostel there. I camped just nearby, and in fact I remembered that I actually made a video of that. It was a few years ago with one of my friends, Hank. But previously I went on this side here, so I'm going to go this way. That's the path up there. That's the path up Ben the Lap, which I did in that trip, but I'm going to go along the side of the loch, which should be nice. Walking along the side of Loch Ossian. It's lovely. Through the trees. There's on this side, which is the north side, there's trees virtually the whole way, so it's really pleasant to walk through. You can see, well, you might not be able to see actually, but it's sunny, blue sky. It's quite warm, so nice to be in the shade a wee bit. Diamond Jubilee Wood. Let's see. I'm all for more woodland at least. Well, it wasn't the biggest woodland. Took me 2 minutes to walk through it. That was pleasant enough. And now I need to figure out where I'm going. The bee. Possibly up there, which is a much better track than I'd imagined, which means it maybe isn't up there. Let's see. Working my way up this valley. You can see Loch Ossian way in the distance, and I've been working up it for a few hours. There was a track initially, a double track in fact. It was very good. They've been doing some hydro works, and then there was a single track which was mediocre, and then it faded out and there was no track. That was fairly heavy going, but back on a path now, making good progress, and almost at the apex. You can see it there, almost at the high point, which I think about 700 metres. I've actually been at it before, because what you do is, or what I did at least, is I came down here to the high point and then up there. When I was doing the Ben Alder 6, there's 4 to this side, and then Ben Alder and 1 other to that side. So that's what I did. That was quite a while ago though. 6 years I think. 5-6 years ago. Ben Alder. It's a huge mountain. I remember when I was doing the Ben Alder 6, coming across this path just this one here, and I had to just intersect it, and I remember wishing that I could go down the path rather than having to climb up being older. It's quite a big day doing all 6. So today I get to walk down the path and Coolra, the old bothy Coolra, will be just out of sight round the corner. So I'm going to go down for a bit, maybe all the way to Coolra. I'm not sure, I might camp a bit sooner than that. See here, if you go up the front of Ben Alder, so to speak, then you go up this ridge here. I think there's a short version and a long version, and you can kind of see some of the scrambling. I haven't done that route yet, but next time I do Ben Alder, that'll be the route that I'll do. Making good progress on this wee path. Should see Coolra fairly soon, I think. The tent is pitched. It's about, let's see, it's nearly 6. It was about 5:30. I decided to stop. I'd done 35 kilometres and I was beginning to feel it, so I decided to stop. So pitched the tent there. You can see, so that's Ben Alder there. You can see the 2 scrambles. Can't remember that one. I think it's got a difficult name to pronounce. I'll check it later. That's Geel Carn up there, one of the many. And Coolra is just there, just a tiny bit out of sight. I camped near Coolra and then went up the hill there when I did it. Anyway, that's tonight's pitch. I've just flung the tent up. I've not sorted anything out yet. I'm going to go and get water. Always a mistake to settle down before you get water, because you never want to get back out again. And that's the view down to Loch Patrick. You can maybe see it just in there. You can see someone, I think a chap walking down. Didn't see him go past, maybe missed him. Anyway, I'll go down that way tomorrow, down to Loch Patrick, and then down Loch Ericht, down to Dalwhinnie. So, going to get set up, get water and get a few things sorted out. The view from the tent. Washed my socks, hung them out to dry. It's quite windy, which is good because it is keeping, well, I assume it's keeping the midges away, which is very good. And it's a nicer night than last night. Last night it closed in and it was kind of dark, and I just zipped up the tent and didn't go back out, but had a wander around. There's not really anything to see in the tent. It's kind of hard to show you. I've got my mat, that's the Thermarest X-Lite. I've got the short version, and then I've got a whole load of gubbins up the top. Not put my sleeping bag out. One porch here for cooking, and then the other porch there. Just to keep stuff, like got my rucksack in there. That tends to be the way I do it. Tonight I'm having homemade cottage pie. I've had it before. It's the first batch of it that I made, and it is decent. Needs improvement, but it's not bad. I've managed to, these are dehydrated meals that I dehydrate at home. Managed to get some of them going really well. The pasta bolognese is excellent. The cottage pie is decent. The korma is decent, but I need to improve some of them a little bit. But yeah, pretty good. These ones in June, and that was the first batch of them. I make them in batches of 8, so I think this is the last one. So I'll make some more, and I'll make a few changes to it, not much, but a few changes to it. I need more veg in it than I've got at the moment for the next batch. Nice to have a hot meal at the end of the day. I can't complain though. After that bacon roll today, that was amazing. At the Courier Station Cafe, had bacon and haggis, and it was one of the best I've ever had. It was incredible. So I definitely can't complain. But nonetheless, it's still nice to have something warm to eat. It was a fairly long day. 35 kilometres is a fair distance. So it's about 7:30. I will do my stretches as I always do, and then I'll probably go to sleep about 8:30, 9. I'm trying to go to sleep early so that I can get up early. I'll be up tomorrow maybe 5. Yeah, probably about 5. Leave about 6 at first light. Good morning. I am having coffee. The rain was extremely heavy overnight, and when I woke up it was still raining heavily, so I've got everything packed up, got my waterproof on. I'm going to finish packing the bag and then get out, although it sounds like it's literally just started to dry up, and I can see some brightness kind of behind the camera, so I might be lucky. It was forecast to have an hour or 2 of sun this morning, and then the rest of the day was to be rain, so I might be lucky to be able to get the tent down in the dry. We will see. So I was camped just in there. That's obviously been older, and then you can see Cora Bothy just down in there. That Bothy's now closed though. I think it's, or at least it was last time I was there, asbestos in the roof. lovely morning. It had been raining very heavily, and I'd put on my waterproofs, but then it began to dry up just as I was about to take the tent down. So swapped my waterproofs for my windproof, and it's a beautiful day. Very enjoyable day to be out walking early in the morning. You can maybe see, so that's looking back to Coolra and Ben Alder, and you can see that there's some blue sky there. That's Loch Patak, and blue sky down that way, and that's the way I'm going. But I kind of go along there and then along there down to Dalwhinnie. So yeah, a great morning to be out. The plan for today is, so it's about 15 kilometres into Dalwhinnie, and then I'm going to stop there, and the cafe I normally go to is closed on a Tuesday, so but apparently there's a new cafe, so and in fact I was so paranoid about it being open that I phoned ahead last week and checked that they were going to be open today, and they said they would be, so I am hoping that they'll be open and I'll get some food and get some electricity to charge. So that'll be Dalwhinnie. Hopefully get there kind of mid-morning, I would hope, and then go over to Tuach and round the back of the Monroe, Meal Tuach, and then up into the hills for the night. That's the plan. Hopefully that will be how it goes. I took the microphone off, I took the external microphone off the GoPro earlier because it was so wet, and it's now dry, but I didn't put it back on, so hopefully the audio pickup is okay. Won't be as good as when we've got the external mic on. So that's the plan for today. The weather is to deteriorate through the day, so I'm going to enjoy this bit when it's dry and bright, with the expectation it might not be like that all day. The view back to Ben Alder, you can see Coolra, you can see a couple of wild horses there as well. Beautiful. I've really enjoyed being back in the Ben Alder forest. You can probably see it all, yeah, in there behind me. Right there. It's been a lovely morning walking downwards to Loch Patak, and now I'm back on the double track, which will take me down the side of Loch Ericht to Dalwhinnie. But yeah, beautiful morning. Wanted to come back here for quite a long time, since I was last here. I thought it was a fantastic area, so I'm pleased to be back. That's the gatehouse. Some gatehouse, and that is Loch Ericht there. looking back up Loch Ericht, there's some really impressive buildings on that estate. You can see one just by the shore side in there. And then you won't be able to see it because of the sun. That'll be the back of the ones, the Montrose that you do from the Drumochter summit. There's 4 of them. Now I'm going down this road. I'm at the end of Loch Ericht, just about to arrive in Dalwhinnie, and I've really enjoyed the walk along the loch side this morning. It's been bright and sunny. I think it will close in later in the day, but it's been a good start to the day. So hopefully I'll find a cafe in Dalwhinnie.